Hey guys, welcome back to the Oilers Fanatic. We're back today with another edition of Twitter Quick Hits, a look at all the latest Edmonton Oilers news and rumors from around the Twitterverse. Just want to kick things off by congratulating the Tampa Bay Lightning on back-to-back Stanley Cup championships. A very impressive feat and well-deserved. They were the best team and proved it. And how about good old Patty Maroon? 3 straight cups. I hated it when he left Edmonton and would love to have him back. But the Lightning have him at a good cap hit for one more year. Don't see any reason why they would let him go. Alright, let's get started with Vladimir Tarasenko of the St. Louis Blues. Jeremy Rutherford of The Athletic broke the news last night that Tarasenko has requested a trade out of St. Louis. It's believed that Tarasenko is angry with the Blues over how his shoulder surgeries were handled and that he was passed over to be team captain. You can check out the full article for the more in-depth explanation. I'll link to it in the description of this video. But pertaining to the Oilers, Rutherford made this observation. Would he waive his no-trade clause to play in Edmonton with Connor McDavid and company? This obviously doesn't suggest it's going to happen, but something to consider. Let's go over the key points. Tarasenko has 2 years remaining on his contract at a $7.5 million cap hit. He's turning 30 this fall. He's had 3 major shoulder surgeries. He scored 6 goals in his last 28 games, regular season and playoffs combined. He has a no-trade clause, and it's rumored he's provided the Blues with a list of 10 teams he would accept a trade to. Well, where would he fit in the lineup if all this happens? At $7.5 million, he better be in the top 6, either on McDavid's or Dry's right side. Similar to the Duncan Keith trade, the Oilers would have to see the Blues retaining money or taking a big contract back for this to make any sense at all. Even if they do retain or take a contract back, I still don't think it makes much sense. Tarasenko's production has fallen off a cliff. He costs way too much for what he's providing, and he's an all-around gamble. The Oilers need more sure things in their lineup, not more question marks. It's a hard pass for me. Next up, on his 31 Thoughts podcast, Elliott Friedman had another update on the ongoing Duncan Keith trade saga between the Oilers and Blackhawks. He had this to say. I think Edmonton and Chicago are really grinding at this. I think Chicago wants to make a hockey deal here, and I think Edmonton is starting to play a little bit of hardball, wondering if Chicago has nowhere else to go. The Oilers should definitely be playing hardball. They are in the driver's seat. I'd like a Duncan Keith trade to happen, but under the right terms and conditions. Elliott's also keeping an eye on the Oilers' buyout situation. As of 11 p.m. Eastern tonight, the buyout window is open until July 27th. He mentioned the obvious candidates of James Neal and Mikko Koskinen. My vote remains Mikko Koskinen. Use James Neal in a trade. If you can, trade them both. Lastly, pierrelebrun of TSN and The Athletic put out this tweet. Hearing that teams are calling the Panthers on pending UFA goaltender Chris Driedger, perhaps jumping ahead of the UFA market by trading for his rights ahead of time. But there's also the Seattle factor to consider. Do the Kraken want him as part of the expansion? Intriguing situation. Similar to the proposal that Darren Dreger mentioned yesterday, with the Oilers possibly acquiring Zach Hyman's rights early from Toronto, the Oilers should be all over trying to land Dreger's rights from Florida. He's 27, coming off back-to-back fantastic seasons, .926 save percentage. I think you could get him on a 2 or 3 year deal around $3 million, maybe even less. I'd be thrilled if the Oilers could land him. My gut tells me he ends up in Seattle, but I'd love to be proven wrong. Well, that's all for today, guys. What do you guys think? Should the Oilers pursue Vladimir Tarasenko? Does the Duncan Keith trade happen? Will the Oilers buy out James Neal or Mikko Koskinen? Should the Oilers trade for Chris Driedger's rights? Sound off in the comments below. Enjoying the videos? Please like and subscribe for all the latest Oilers content. You've been listening to The Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan.